Do you have any intro worked out you want to do?
No. Just use that as the intro. Do you have an intro? No.
Perfect.
Oh, look at that.
Beautiful.
Start the video.
Hello,
Perfect.
everyone. My name is Fabulous Fish.
And I am Old Man Psych.
Old man psych.
Yes, as we just discovered, of all the people you've collaborated with over the years, I am the oldest.
And how old is that?
Old.
Very old. I feel old too because I've got a job now. That makes me an old person officially. We're playing Blues Brothers 2000 today, which is kind of an odd choice for a game, and honestly kind of an odd game to exist, I feel like.
Indeed. But there is one thing that I came to the realization of the other day, and I assure you, it had nothing to do with me choosing this game for you to do, as being the victor of the Luigi's Mansion contest that we did.
Yeah.
I did not realize that it is, once again, another game on your channel that is based off of a movie and TV series.
That is true. That is true. Although I feel like Blues Brothers isn't really the kind of movie I'd expect to have a video game tie-in, let alone one for a sequel that I didn't think a lot of people liked.
It's okay. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I have only seen the first Blues Brothers, and it was a very long time ago. It was in, I think, 6th grade I saw it.
It's a classic movie, that's for sure.
It's definitely one I like to rewatch now because I don't remember a damn thing. I remember one scene where the two of them were in a car and they had sunglasses on. They looked at each other really slowly and then looked forwards again. That's the only thing I remember for the whole movie.
I think that was every moment of the entire movie ever.
Maybe that's why it's been so etched in my memory.
It's definitely a highly quotable movie. I think you'll find that.
That's good because like half of what I say is just movie quotes these days.
Mm-hmm. Anyways,
the
to
battle
get into
of the
actual
bands is in less than 2 days. I've got to get out of here to put the band back together. This text goes like one letter at a time. It's so slow.
Mm-hmm.
There is a police officer with a club or something just walking up to me. What is the plot of Blues Brothers 2000?
So, at the very beginning of the movie, Elwood, which I assume is the character you're playing as, played by Dan Aykroyd, he gets released from prison again, and in the time that he got arrested, both his brother, Jake, and their, adoptive father, whose name I can't remember, but he's played by Cab Calloway, they both have passed away, and the orphanage that they were trying to save in the first movie has been closed and demolished.
Oh, that's depressing.
I can't remember specifically why they put a band together, but they put a band together to do a Battle of the Bands style deal somewhere in the bayou.
Okay, first impression. The prison warden there is fucking massive. He's like twice my height. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Honestly, I'm kind of impressed with this game controlling pretty well. This is made by Titus, the same company that made Superman 64. So I admit I had very low expectations going in, but the controls so far are pretty smooth.
It's hard to top the bottom that is Superman 64.
That is very true. I can bounce off this guy. That's kind of funny. Also, I do apologize for any frame rate drops. This is being played right now actually on the Wii emulator, a Wii and Nintendo 64 emulator, and that was because I was trying to get... I died. That was because I was trying to get Psych to see this, but unfortunately that didn't work out, so Psych cannot see right now.
I cannot. I can only assume what you're doing is what you're doing.
I will say the combat in this game is not very smooth, unfortunately. I couldn't tell, what my range was trying to attack him, and, his moves just looked really awkward and didn't really look like they were hitting me. And it was, one of those games, no recovery time. You just kind of get hit, and then, that's the end of it.
What was that one game? Plox?
I've never played that one.
Side-scrolling 2D platformer action game.
There was
on,
fall
the SNES.
damage? Okay, that was a little not expected.
There's fall damage in pretty much every third 3D platformer on the N64.
That is true, but I fell from 2 feet.
That's Conker's Bad Fur Day physics right there.
Yes, the most sensitive fall damage in any game I've ever played. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do in this room. There's a bunch of buff guys who destroy me, and also I fear to be locked in. This is great, because neither of us actually know how to play this game.
That is true.
Also, I did just say there's choppiness, and I gave the explanation for that. However, I also think it's worth mentioning that Nintendo 64 games are always choppy when played on original hardware, so it's kind of fitting. Crawl, use the R... Okay, I can... Oh my god. Oh, please get away from me. Oh dear. Okay, I am very lost. I am very...
I'd help if I could.
Where does he go in the first scene of the movie? Because that might help me.
I've only ever seen the movie once, so I'm not entirely sure. And the movie technically starts with him already out of prison, so... And he doesn't break out of prison. He's been, released. So...
Okay, I can do a stomp attack, apparently. It was like a ground pound. Okay, so it says I can ground pound floor buttons. I don't see any floor buttons, though. Maybe it wants me to ground pound the people? Nope. Come on. Oh. This game sucks. I can't... This combat is awful. What made
I wouldn't know. I've never played it.
What made you choose this game in particular? Seems like kind of a weird game to pick.
Indeed. I just remembered the box art in Blockbuster back when they used to, rent out N64 games, and for some reason that stuck in my head, but never to the point of me actually wanting to rent the game to experience it. So
okay, I got my hands on the combat a little better. It's still like your range is so awkwardly short, I feel like. Like, oh gee, I understand these are way bigger guys than me and have way longer range, but like, I don't know, I'm fine with sacrificing realism to make a more fun game. Because it feels like they can hit me and I can't hit them. Alright,
I can't imagine this game was made for a very old audience, so...
No, I figured as much just from looking at it, but... I do kind of... Oh, hello. I do kind of like the way the character model looks in this game. It's so goofy.
I imagine something like Rayman 2 or... What was the other game they made? Tonic Trouble.
Okay, so I've killed all the guys in this room, and I still don't know how to get out. Maybe I can go in this? No. This is great.
Just from listening to you explain it, sounds wonderful.
It's not.
I'm so glad I picked it.
I kind of am too, though, because I feel like we need more like games like this where just like, what the fuck for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, but I mean, the more that I thought about it between the last time when we recorded Luigi's Mansion and now, I was thinking about games that I much rather would have had you play.
Maybe next time. Maybe after the Psychochotics race, everyone who doesn't come in first will have to do a game that the person who comes in first picks. I don't know if I demand that. That might be a lot to ask of people.
Yeah, but it is enticing, isn't it?
What other games did you have in mind then? Because we could always do more one-offs in the future after this.
Well, hands down, I would definitely say Darksiders 2.
I own that game. I've never played it. I should one day.
I've actually just finished my third playthrough of it within 5 weeks.
And admittedly, I have the Wii U version, which I don't know is necessarily the best version, but...
I have it on the PS4, so...
I could always acquire a PS4 copy. I'm sure they're not that expensive.
No, I bought mine digitally for like, whatever, $6.
I see a button up there. I think that's what I'm supposed to do is hit it, but I don't know how to get up there. So far, this game has literally just been me walking around one specific room with locked doors.
I assume it's inside a prison, or...
Yep. Okay. I'm looking for anything I can interact with in here.
Well, while you do that, one thing I was going to ask, which is somewhat related to the concept of this game, which is a game based off a movie / TV show / some other type of media, is what would be, I say top 5, you don't have to think of 5, but games based off of movies and TV shows.
Does that have to be movies and TV shows specifically? Or can it just be any franchise?
Any media that existed before the video game version of it came out.
Okay. This isn't necessarily in order, but Battle for Bikini Bottom would have to be on there. That game is excellent.
I had a feeling you were going to say that.
You should play that game. It's getting a remake on PS4. If you like the 3D collectathons, you probably enjoy it a lot.
I actually have the PS2 version, and I still have not played it, and I have not seen any videos that you have done of it.
Well, I took down my Let's Play, so you can't see them anymore.
Right, but you did do that long play with, or that, like, 1 hour some odd.
Oh, that was like a hacked version of the game, that was, like, completely different.
Oh.
I mean, it was like the same levels, but, like, the objects were all really different.
Right, but still, I still have, I've kept myself completely blind about it.
That is fair. Oh, I have, like, a cool slide move where you, like, yeah. Kind of like, that's awesome. I love how big and goofy his hands are.
Big goofy hands.
Let's see.
Like Goofy.
Think of your list too. Let's do like one at a time back and forth because I have to actually think about my other question or my other answers.
Well, for me, and this should be a surprise to no one on this channel, but I would say Toy Story 2.
That game was decent.
I adore that game.
I thought it was decent. Let's see. I feel like it'd be cheating to say 900 price, but the first half of the game is really good. So.
Well, yeah, that's fair. And I had a feeling you'd say that too.
Did you see my new playthrough of that at all?
Yes, I did.
Did you enjoy it?
I mean, I didn't watch it, but I listened to it while I was working on games that I was doing. But the content that you two did was actually really nice.
Well, that's good, but sadly that means you didn't get an impression on the game itself.
No, I would do the thing where I kind of peek over every now and then to see what's going on.
Yeah. I just feel like the Metroidvania idea was such a good fit for, like, the Scooby-Doo franchise.
I don't... Oh, yeah, I have played Scooby-Doo in the Cyber Chase. I was trying to think of any Scooby-Doo games that I've played.
That one's pretty good.
Yeah, it is, actually.
That one's, like... It's kind of stupid, but it's very fun.
It'd be even nicer if you could 100% it.
Yeah, it's literally impossible to get a perfect score in that game.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't know, like, what am I supposed to do here? I've just been running around this wall. Oh, I can backflip.
Oh, like Mario?
It's more just like a Smash Brothers-esque roll. I literally have no idea what to do. I'm considering just quitting and, like, keeping the video going, but just, like, quitting back to the title screen to start over.
That's whatever you want to do.
I'm just going to do that because I don't see any way out of this room. I see a button up there, but I don't know how to get to it.
Now, keep in mind, this was back in the era when games would come with instruction manuals that would tell you about all the different moves and whatnot that your characters could do.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I don't have the manual for this game.
Yeah.
All right, exit level. Anyway, what would your second choice then be?
I'm putting this on this list. It's a game I've never played, but from what I've heard about it and from what I've seen about it, looks awesome. But Mad Max. And for the record, Fury Road, which is the most recent Mad Max movie that came out, is one of my top 5 movies of all time. That movie is awesome.
Never seen it.
It's intense.
I have, like, a similar game I want to put on. That would be the Ultimate Spider-Man game I did a one-off of a few months back. That game was really fun, honestly. It was, like, repetitive as hell, but, like, it was, like, just very enjoyable. So I might put that there, too, honestly. Because I feel like most licensed games aren't that good, so when, like, one is good, it kind of stands out.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see any of that video at all?
I believe so.
That was the one where we, like, just swinging around the city and just, like, beating people up.
Oh, yes. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Yeah. I feel like it's kind of distinct, so... that might be, like, my third one I put down, then. Do you have a third one picked out?
Do I? I'm looking through my list here.
I literally can't figure out how to get out of this first area of the game. Let me, You can save your game. Feel free to say your answer whenever it comes to you. I'm just reading tutorials.
As soon as I figure it out, I will.
Once more, we should have prepared answers ahead of time. Oh well.
That is true.
But
that's why I said, you know...
You threw the idea on me, like, right before we started recording, like, oh, you want to do more Q&A stuff?
Well, it's not like how we would just ask random questions. I asked this question specifically because you're in the process of playing a game based off a movie.
No, that is true. That is very true.
What's some other good ones? Hey, Carbon.
Oh, where'd you come from? I thought I killed you already.
Oh, I got my third one.
Say whenever you're ready.
Scarface.
Is that one you were telling me about before?
I did a Sykes Rec video on it.
Oh, hold on a sec. Okay, I just went back to the room I was stuck in before, and this time I actually read what he said, and I think I know what to do now.
Okay, there we go.
There's a classic Egoraptor moment where, like, the game told me what to do, and I just wasn't paying attention.
So, have you ever put together this compilation of like 10 hours of funny Game Grumps moments with Aaron and Dan?
I've never put together a compilation of them now.
Right? No. I'm saying that somebody has done that.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. You like cut out the beginning of what you said, so you're asking if I did that.
No, and neither have I. They're okay. I like Dan more. personally.
I will say, Aaron, like, he worked a lot better when JonTron was still on the show, I feel like. They had, like, a better flow to each other. I know nothing against Dan, it's just, like, I feel like their flows isn't as natural. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Again, the only thing I've seen of Game Grumps is that 10-hour, laughter compilation moments.
Yeah. Did you watch all 10 hours?
They've actually made 4 of them, and I've listened through all 4 of them.
Oh, wow. What? Okay. Is it my turn or your turn to come up with a game now?
I mean, I said Scarface. I didn't really elaborate on it, but I think it's a good game.
That's fair. That is fair. I have 2 more. I know what one of them would be. I'm saving that one for last. So.
Okay.
So I just need to think of one more. Oh, ow. Okay, I figured this out. This is okay. I just had to like punch out these vents. I could crawl through them. I didn't see that I could do that before. And I can like ground pound switches up here. And then, oh. Well, luckily it doesn't look like there's actually fall damage. I was wrong before. I think it's just that like you get stunned if you fall.
Okay.
So that's a little better.
Are there any health pickups? What are the health pickups?
There are health pickups, yes.
They're just like
hearts.
Red crosses or
they're hearts.
Pretty
standard video game stuff. I've never played GoldenEye. I've heard that one's good, but I heard it shows its age.
Yes, especially when you go from that to like Perfect Dark.
Yeah, I've heard Perfect Dark holds up better.
Oh, Perfect Dark's amazing, especially if you get the one on the 7th Gen Plus console, Xbox 360 or Xbox One.
Yeah. All right. Finally past the beginning. I feel stupid. So now where do I go?
So GoldenEye is not your
No,
fourth?
no, I was just like thinking out loud because that was one that came to mind since playing an N64 game. I feel like I haven't played that many good movie games. Oh, I got one. TV show again. SpongeBob Lights Camera Pants, really good.
Yeah. For the type of people that like that sort of stuff, that's the sort of stuff those type of people like.
Oh yeah, totally. It's like if you like party games, then it's a very good one. But if like party games aren't your thing, you probably won't get much out of it. Mm-hmm. It definitely is a game that's like way more fun with friends. And then, what would your 4th be?
My 4th will be GoldenEye. Yes, it does show its age, but yes, it is entertaining.
I mean, entertainment's all I ask for in a game.
Mm-hmm.
And then my 5th would be, this wasn't quite a TV show, but it's one of the Bionicle games, actually the first one, the Manui Online. It's the only one in the whole goddamn series that isn't terrible. And that one is, like, I think my favorite licensed game of all time. So.
Nice.
Yeah, that one is... What was it?
No, go ahead.
I was just saying, that game is, like, it's super light on the actual gameplay. It's almost like a visual novel, but, like, the storytelling's really good, and the sense of humor is great, and all the characters are really charming.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I would say that would be probably my, like, #1 licensed game. Then...
Well,
your last one.
I started my list off with my favorite licensed game.
Toy Story.
I'm working backwards from there. Yes, Toy Story 2.
Yeah, sorry. If you don't get this game, you are stupid. Do you have any idea what he's quoting? There's this guy called George Wood who did game reviews on like public access TV in the 90s. And he has a very infamous quote at the end of his Donkey Kong Country review where he says, if you don't get this game, you are stupid. Then his best review, though, is his review of the Toy Story 1 game on Super NES. Which he starts out the review by saying the graphics suck and the gameplay's tedious and you can't win. But then by the end of the review, he's saying the graphics look better than Donkey Kong, which is like his favorite game of all time. And that the gameplay is even better than Donkey Kong. And it's just like, that is a complete contradiction to what he started the review saying. He's just like completely insane. It's so funny.
Sounds fair.
But anyway, that's what I was quoting.
I would have had no idea.
Like I said, half of what I say is just obscure quotes these days. Like all my friends at work, they have no idea what I'm quoting half the time. They just know it's a quote.
I know the feeling.
Believe me, I'm aware you do. With all the
weird, shot.
All the weird like references you make in comments. I just have no idea what you're talking about.
Yep. By the way, have you seen Buster Scruggs yet?
I have not. No. I have not. I have not watched TV since August when I did like 3 Game of Thrones videos.
I have not watched TV since the last time I was at my brother's house. And we watched Buster Scruggs together.
Well, I would hope so.
So anyways, I guess my 5th licensed game, TV, movie crossover dealio. Technically, there was an online game on the Cartoon Network website. It was a Courage the Cowardly Dog, kind of like go around, you collect an item that would have you go off and use that item to get another item, like a clue hunt, kind of like how Scooby-Doo meets the Blues Brothers.
Yeah, I was just kind of like one clue leads you to the next one.
Yeah, not the Blues Brothers, but the Booze Brothers.
Even though they were more like the Three Stooges than the Blues Brothers.
The three Booges.
Three Booges.
But what I will say is, and this is technically a licensed game, but probably Hot Wheels Stunt Track Driver for the PC.
Hold on 1 second. Okay, I was stuck in this room. What I had to do was ground pound the elevator, except I ground pounded it like 4 times, nothing happened. But then I ground pounded then, and something happened.
Well, it's either one of those things where you have to ground pound it 5 times, or you just have to ground pound it in the sweet spot.
I think it was the sweet spot. Honestly, that's the impression I got.
Sweet spot for massive damage.
Alright, but Hot Wheels Turbo Racing?
No, Stunt Track Driver.
I lied.
I can see a lot
Stunt
of people.
Track Driver.
I can see a lot of people putting Turbo Racing above Stunt Track Driver. And to be fair, it's my second favorite Hot Wheels licensed game. But something about Stunt Track Driver just always had a bit more charm and appeal to me.
I've never played either, so I cannot comment.
Well, the main thing is, Turbo Racing is just your basic racing game, laps and against other opponents, and there's shortcuts and things of that nature. Stunt Track Drivers, literally all the tracks are point A to point B. And it's actually on like Hot Wheels tracks, so it's somewhat realistic, except when you jump off ramps, you can make your car do flips and spins and whatever.
Yeah.
And so the point is kind of a combination of getting your fastest time on the track as well as getting your highest point score.
That kind of reminds me of the Mario Kart mobile app. You have like a point system based on like your performance and stuff, like based on like doing tricks or getting speed boost, stuff like that. Which I was one of the people who got to play the demo of the mobile app. I liked the demo a lot, and the real thing came out and it sucked. The demo is so much better.
I wouldn't know. I've never played anything mobile.
I don't play a whole lot on mobile, honestly, but I know.
And for me, that also includes mobile as in, like, handheld consoles.
Oh, I love those, but
I have never had one.
I thought you said you were getting a Switch for your wife.
No, my wife has a Switch.
Oh, okay. How does she like it?
She does.
How does she like it? She does.
To be fair, she didn't buy it. She got it gifted to her for Christmas last year, I believe.
You'll need a variety of...
Which is always the best way to receive something that you have a kind of subpar reception of.
Yeah. She's not usually impressed with it, then?
Well, she's not a gamer. She's not like you or I. She's not a big gamer. She doesn't, sit around and drink game fuel all day.
I mean, I don't feel like I do either, honestly.
I don't either.
I have played since August of 2018, so like nearly a year and a half ago now. I have played 2 games, one of which was Fire Emblem Shadows of Valencia, which I'm still not done yet. I'm on the final level of that. I haven't finished it. And the other would be Smash Ultimate, which I really don't like, honestly. So.
I've played through whatever the story mode part of it is. I got all the way through the light world.
The Smash Ultimate?
Yeah.
That story mode I hated. I thought it was so boring.
It was, it's one of those deals that I'll do that once and then probably never do again.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like they could have, like... What am I supposed to do? Oh. I'm so confused. She gave me instructions. I wasn't paying any attention. Anyway. I don't know. I feel like I would have rather... Oh, geez. What has happened to this game? What? Oh. Okay.
Did you do a bad?
There was a big graphical glitch on the screen. Anyway, I was going to say, like, I feel like the World of Light whole thing could have just been, like, I wish they put that development time into anything better. Because, like, it was just so not fun, I thought.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know, I had this very strong mindset, like, Smash Ultimate would have been a much better game if they had had, like, another year to work on it. I don't think it was a finished game when they released it.
I mean, for me, I've just kind of fallen out of interest in the Smash Bros. Series because I've only 100%ed Brawl once, and I have not played it since.
I like Brawl a lot. I do think Melee's got like better physics overall, but I think Brawl's content is really good. So.
Right, but also remember that my favorite Smash game is Smash Bros. 64. So.
Yeah. I enjoy Smash 64. I'd have to say it's probably my least favorite in the series, though, just because they're so light on the content.
True,
but that said, I like the physics
about it.
I do like the physics in a lot more than Ultimate and 4, so.
True, but the one thing that I like about it is the sound effects when you make hits.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part of it. And the audience reaction whenever like you throw an opponent or something like that.
The audience reaction in that game is great.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, my favorite hit sounds are the ones from Melee and Brawl, and that could just be because those are the ones I grew up with, but I love the way those hit sounds are. They're all very, like, meaty and satisfying, I think.
Meaty's a good word. I was thinking, like, you're punching, like, a big, almost like a punching bag.
Yeah.
But I think with 64, it's kind of like almost like knocking wood together.
I can see that, yeah. I always say it's, like, Brawl's sound direction was overall great. Like, the soundtrack in Brawl was so good, too, I thought. But, like, when you, like, hit someone with Ike's sword in Brawl, it's, like, a bit loud, like, whoomph sound. Like, it sounds so, like, heavy and satisfying. Then when, like, you hit someone with Ike's sword in Smash 4, it sounds like... It sounds like someone crumpling paper.
I've never played 4, so I can only take your word for it.
4 is... Okay, it's a weird case where it's, like, I think there's a lot of parts of 4 I like more than Ultimate. There's a lot of things I don't like as much as Ultimate and 4. Like, 4 is probably my least favorite as, like, a game, like, for the whole big picture. But, like, I think the physics in 4 are better than Ultimate. I really don't like Ultimate's physics or, like, character design at all.
The one thing I thought was weird is that because the only character I really played in the story mode, whatever, was Link.
Yeah.
And there was no, like, classic Link alternate costume.
Yeah, that kind of bothers me. There's, like, the Tunic of the Wild one as a second costume, but, like, that one's so ugly. And then, like, I wish they didn't get rid of the hook shot on him.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't care.
I do love the fact they changed his running dash attack to that, like, overhead sword swing.
I do love that. That was a change they made in Smash 4. But, like, I don't know. I feel like I understand he didn't have the hook shot in Breath of the Wild, and that's why they got rid of it. But, like, I don't care if it's canon or not. I think it's just a fun part of his moveset in Smash, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that was always very, like, disappointing to me. My biggest problem with the game is just, like, I don't like the way the combo system feels. It's so, like, flowcharty.
I honestly don't play any fighting games to know how, like, combos work. I just kind of hit and hope I win.
Smash combos are very, like, dynamic because of the DI system. So, like, you have, like, influence when you get hit over, like, which direction you fly in to an extent, like the angle of knockback. Which means, like, in order for an opponent to keep the combo going, they have to predict which way you're going to, like, choose to fly. Which I always thought was a really cool system because, like, both players have a lot of influence over it. And then Smash 4 and Smash Ultimate kind of botched that. So you still have influence, but it went down from a radius of 45 degrees either direction for a total of 90 to a radius of 15 degrees in either direction for a total of 30, which just makes it... There's not as many options then, you know?
Right.
So they kind of dumbed it down, and its combos are so easy to do, and Ultimate is just, like, not fun anymore. And then on top of that, I'm a Marth Lucina main, and they have killed Marth's sword. In every game, they've made it shorter, and I already thought that Smash 4 made it too short, and then Ultimate's somehow shorter than that. And it's like, why? It's gotten to the point where, like, it looks so awkward on Marth's model because it's so stubby and short now. And that just has me disappointed.
Kind of like giving adult Link young Link's Kokiri sword.
Yeah, like, that would be... It's just so not fitting. And, like... People always say, like, oh, Marth's, like, too good, or because, like, people suck at getting past his sword. You know, Martha's, like, slow as fuck, and, like, he's so laggy. But, like, people don't know what they're doing. Always seem to think that he can't have a longer sword because then he'd be broken. But just, like, it's just so frustrating to me because I feel like half the roster in this game who don't have swords have more range than Marth because their hitboxes extend past their models. There are so many times where, like, I will miss an attack, and then without moving, my opponent will somehow be able to hit me. I'm like, that is bullshit. I have a sword.
I feel like a lot of this only really matters if you're playing online.
A lot of it does, and that's how I play. Most of the time, I'm working on getting every character to Elite, and then I just play Marth and Lucina for fun. So, because I've been in Elite since, like, the game came out.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know. I have more than half the roster in now. I've got like pretty close to 2/3 of it in. I don't play it regularly. I play it like once or twice a week, working on Lucas now. And just like everything in this game is frustrating. There's not a single character I think is fun to fight in this game. And that's so disappointing to me.
Well, again, like I said, I'll get through the single player story campaign, whatever the thing is called, and then probably never play it again. Which again, much like the Switch itself, I believe Smash Bros. Ultimate was a game that was gifted to my wife, so...
Yeah. You gotta get the Banjo DLC, though.
Yeah, but that costs money.
That is true.
Money that I could spend on things that are not DLC for Smash Bros.
That is true. That is true.
Like DLC for other games.
There's like no other games where I care about the DLC. It's pretty much just Smash.
Depends on the DLC. I've gotten to the point where if a DLC will actually add story elements to a game, then I'll get it. But if it's just like cosmetics, like perfect example, Dante's Inferno, I bought the DLC that added the extra mission, quote unquote. But then there's like 5 different alternate costumes for him, and I'm just like, I just find it difficult to care about this.
I know what you mean.
And so I didn't.
There's this evil lunch lady throwing boogers at me, and I have no idea what I'm supposed to do.
I don't think that was an element of the Blues Brothers 2000 movie, but okay.
I can't get near her, and I can't reflect her attacks, I don't think. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm so lost right now. This is such a confusing game.
I'm sure.
Well,
by the way, are there any collectibles?
There's keys, but I think they're mandatory.
Because on the game box, isn't there like notes, like Banjo?
Oh yeah, there are music notes. I think those are mandatory too, though. That's the impression I got, at least. I just want to say, if you finish the World of Light campaign, the final level of that, the final battle, is actually really cool. I'll give the props for like that one being fun.
Yeah, I'll get there eventually.
All right, well, I got a game over.
Is that a good enough moment for us to end this video off?
I think so. Overall thoughts on this game are, it was cute, but I feel like it's for a lot younger kids than either of us. And it's very cryptic on like what I can and can't do and what I'm supposed to do.
Well, again, I'll have to take your word for it because I have no idea. I will not see any footage of this until you upload it, so...
Which will probably be... This is planned to be day 11, I think, so it'll be January 4th.
Ah.
All right, well, thank you all for coming out here. I hope you've enjoyed this day of the 12 Days of Fishmas, and tune in tomorrow for the final day, and I'm going to feel really stupid if it's not tomorrow.
Sounds good.
If I have the order wrong and this is like day 10 or 9 or something.
No, regardless, you'll upload it and it'll be good. I don't know about good, but it'll be a video, and everything will come out in the wash in the end.
Well, don't be so hard on yourself. I thought it came out pretty good.
No, I'm talking about the game.
Oh,
I think the game's kind of that's a rough sell. Oof.
Yeah, I wouldn't call this game. I would say you could skip it. It's probably nothing you need to get.
Good to know. I'm glad you tested the waters for me.
No problem. All right, see you on the next video.
Yep, see ya.